Listen up, turkeys. It's me, your host and DM, Seth. Are you thankful for something? Well, you know what I'm thankful for? Our partnership with Kraken Dice. All November long, we will be rolling out the 15% off discounts. That's right, 15% off anything at the krakendice.com marketplace. Now, how do you do that, you ask? Well, if you're an extra special little cranberry, use the code D20 Syndicate Thanksgiving at checkout, and then you'll get 15% off of whatever you buy. You want to buy dice? You want to buy merch? 15% off. That's a reason to be thankful. All November long, D20 Syndicate Thanksgiving is your code for krakendice.com.
Previously on Into the Yonder Void, this lizard dude Kavros shot a giant laser beam through the ship we were on and almost killed our asses. But then he turned out to be kind of nice and he had a big boat full of library books and shit. So he seemed kind of forgiving. Well, not forgiving. We're forgiving of him almost killing us, but he's willing to take us to the city beneath the waves. So we just been kind of hanging out and looking at books and shit.
The D20 Syndicate presents Into the Yonder Void. Welcome back to the D20 Syndicate podcast.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Yeah. A weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5e actual play podcast. I am your host and DM, Seth, and around the table we have our players.
I'm Billy, and I play Campsite Ken.
I'm Tomas, and I play Brokeback Ken.
I have my mouth full of coffee.
The Heath Ledger Brokeback Ken. Not the Jake Gyllenhaal
I think that's
one.
the one time that the mic is going to catch my laugh. Because Barbie humor gets me every time.
I found Mika's weak spot.
You did.
I can't think of a creative Barbie I'd be.
We're Kens.
I'm not a Ken. Am I?
That's the theme.
I have to be a Ken too. I don't want to be Ken. I'm
You can be a
obviously
Ken
a
if you want to
skipper.
be. This is America. You can do whatever the fuck you
be
want.
whatever you want.
I'm Lindsey, and I'm indecisive Ken.
God, I would be Skipper's broke-ass buddy Midge. Anyway.
Is Skipper the
no.
little sister?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The flat-chested one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, yep, that'd be me.
Shots
I am
fired.
Skipper.
That's what I knew her as, the short, flat-chested one when I was a kid. I was like, they're the same, but she's short.
Right. Yeah,
And not as
that's true.
curvy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't
Anyway.
know.
The poorly endowed. I'm Skipper, the poorly endowed.
She's like, yeah.
It's her by name. Sir Charles, the mediocre.
Anyway, and I'm Michaela, and I play Can.
That's right. Each week we record for your listening pleasure. This is episode 67.
Ooh. Seven.
Seven. Evan.
Seven Essence.
Wake me up.
Seven dust.
Yeah.
Seven Mary 3.
But with the 6 in front of it.
7 Mary 6.
Yeah.
If you're 555, then I'm 767.
God, that sucks.
Turned
I
it
almost
into a
did that
fucking
during
monster truck rally.
66, but
What a dumb
I
spoof.
missed it.
I do really like 6 times 7. You know?
Why?
I don't know.
42.
Prove it.
I've always enjoyed that.
Is that 42?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 42.
Yeah, that's
It doesn't 42 just seems like a random
That's the
number.
first multiplication number pairing where I'm like, wait a second, is that?
I love that one.
Where
I
I
don't
like
know
fingers
why.
out.
Those shapes don't go together.
Yeah.
Also,
I-
42. It's weird that that's your favorite one because 42 is the answer to
the universe.
Yeah.
The question.
Well, I've always liked that one. Oh, I think I really liked learning the multiplication fact families and division. And then once we went beyond that, like that was my peak. I was loving math. And then they were like, oh yeah, let's do like algebra and shit. And I was like,
Here's a letter.
Wait, a letter?
I would have really liked
Barely
them
know those.
if I wasn't a fucking idiot.
I love letters and reading by itself, love math and math by itself, but they're not meant to be together. They're not.
Get that
Fuck
letter
that.
out of there.
And they're like, you're going to use it in life. Am I?
X.
Am I solving for X?
Solve for X.
Now it's time for tonight's Around the Campfire question.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Billy, please edit out most of that leading up to this.
Fair.
Definitely edit out all of our good ideas.
Gotta copyright them.
Holy fuck.
For tonight's Around the Campfire question, I want to know, what is your idea of a good evening out? So tell me what you think a good evening out is, whether it's something you've done, something you want to do, and let us all know. So I'm going to start with Gil.
You have to have at least 4 drinks for it to be an efficient evening. And you have to find a place where dancing is allowed. And you have to not eat that much unless it's dirt. But you have to make sure that no matter what you do, just always ramp up the danger each time. Like you go to another place, maybe there's knife throwing. You go to the next place, maybe it's crossbow roulette. And then you go to another place and maybe it's like punch the polar bear and shit. But whatever you do, you have to keep drinking at each place. So by the time it's over, you don't remember how you got to your final destination. And then you wake up.
All right. So, general miscellaneous mischief.
Miscellaneous. Yep.
Nah.
Yep.
Fired.
Okay.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Gil. And Nezrah, tell me about your what you believe is a good evening out.
Some of my favorite memories are when we would gather around and have a bonfire and do a drum circle and just drink fruit juice all night and watch the stars.
Is that in your home turf, your hometown?
Yeah, in our home village with Velotac.
Just throwing back V8 splash.
Getting lit.
Hitting the snare. Yep.
That's my shit.
Nez's clown from Slipknot.
Smacking a keg.
Yeah. He's got the beer helmet, but it's full of V8. Tropical V8.
All right. Fee.
Well, okay. I guess my version of a good night would be sort of a series of things. I mean, starting with some like good reading, maybe talking about a really good book if someone else happened to read that book. That's always fun. And then moving on, maybe just fucking around with some different like potions, seeing what we can make. I don't know. That's always pretty fun too. And then usually I accidentally make some kind of alcohol, so then drinking subsequent alcohol and seeing if it's good.
So you want like a wine book club with a little bit of a potion party?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sounds rad.
Yeah.
And Can.
My ideal night would probably be as follows. I roll up and pick up Peach. Then we head down to the docks and we get some snacks. And then we go to the tavern. I drink. Peach plays darts. Once Peach... Shut up.
I'm picturing you in a biker gang. You said roll up, and I don't know what you're rolling up in, and I only hope it's a motorcycle.
It's a
As
Hummer
soon as
limo.
she said, roll up to pick up Peach, I just started playing the Pink Get This Party Started video in my head. But it's Can and Peach.
Peach plays darts. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is so good. I'm sorry.
once I'm pretty deep in my cups and Peach has won some coin, then we head back to the docks and get some more snacks, and then we head to the beach, and then we dance a little bit and we sing songs of the fish. Then I fall asleep, wake up the next day. Everything's great.
Excellent.
Peach doesn't drink anymore.
What happened?
Dart accident.
Is Peach pretty good at darts?
Yeah, Peach is really good at darts.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. Okay, well, thank you, Can.
You're welcome.
All right, shall we get started?
Okay.
Maybe.
When
Yes.
we last left off, you guys were in the library, aboard the library ship, and you guys were interacting.
library ship.
You guys were interacting with Thornley, who was, leading you guys in different directions. Gil, you were directed to the Smut section. Fee, you were,
I had
perusing the
run in
different-
past him just straight for the bottom shelves.
Yeah, you were looking all around. You, Nezrah, were directed in several different directions based on your specifications. You had asked where there were some history books, especially on Argaria and the Echo Province. Then you were asking you got your hand pricked, and because you wanted to look at a spell book. And then you were directed toward the cookbook section, the recipe section, which had a big cauldron with a sign that was donated, apparently, by the owner of the restaurant, who was Kavros's brother.
Can you double major in Warlock? Because what if he just made a pact?
What?
Double major? What?
like double Warlock. Now he's a Warlock to the librarian, too.
Oh.
And they're going to have to fisticuffs?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Technically, Nezrah hasn't made a pact yet, like mechanically. So
Really?
if he did encounter some other
Oh.
being, maybe he could make a pact to them.
So I guess you get to decide if it's librarian or your other buddy.
Decide now.
Decide. It's in your hands.
All right, so yes, you were directed towards the recipe section, Nez.
Excellent.
Are you going to head up there?
Yes, please. We'll do the recipes first. I'm looking for anything that would be like an artisanal potato soup.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please. And then while you're doing that, Gil, I want a mischief check.
As a 17.
Okay. And what did you get, Nez?
I'm going to use my D10.
Okay.
13.
13. Okay. And Fee, are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just trying to find something interesting?
Initially, she was excited, but then realizing there was a fucking librarian there, she might kind of saunter on over and be like, do you have any, books on creating ways of communication or, communication spells?
Okay, we'll get to that in just 1 second. So, Nezrah, with your 13, I'm going to need a high or a low, my friend.
Hi.
All right. You are able to find 2 different books containing different recipes that involve potatoes. One is Potatoes Through the Ages, a culinary journey through the different mediums. And the other is Potatoes, Potatoes, Potatoes. What are you laughing about?
Potato
Potato
recall.
is my medium.
The other is Potatoes, Potatoes, Potatoes by Potato MacGuffins.
Excellent.
Bud to
Potatoes, you'll love it.
Potatoes, Potatoes, Potatoes by Potatoes MacGuffin is a recipe book, but also seems to be a bit of a poetry book.
A potato tree?
There's a lot of passion in that book. And Gildebrand, with your 17, as you're kind of looking through the different stuff, you see a variety of titles which are inappropriate to even mention on the podcast. You see a variety of titles of varying, description. But as you're kind of moving around in there,
Where's
you
the
see
troll stuff?
as you're looking around, you see a book that just doesn't seem to fit with the rest of them. It's a very thick volume. The rest of these are pretty short. It's a very thick volume, and it just has an X on the cover, the binding.
Ooh, hell yeah. X
it's
marks
by
the
Ty
spot,
West.
baby. That's where you always find the booty. I will
Are you
gleefully pull that from the shelf.
You get it about halfway out, and you hear a
Oh.
and then in the floor, you watch as this like circular trap door like recedes.
Oh, I found the members only chamber.
Only members.
Without telling anyone, I'm going to go in and then I'm going to close it above me.
God damn.
Okay. Fee, you had asked if there was any like communication magic or anything like that spells. The Thornley looks at you.
Well, we have some spell books of a variety of mediums, but I don't know if you're going to have to give me your palm.
Okay. Why?
And do you hand your palm out?
I'm like slowly doing it and saying like, why?
And he quickly jabs it with like this little needle.
Ow! What?
That is insurance to make sure that you're not mucking about with spells too high above your level.
So what do you do with the blood?
I look at it.
Well, what do you do when you're done with it? When I return the book?
Nothing weird or anything. Quit kink shaming.
It's used to ensure that you aren't grabbing at things that you're not supposed to be. Higher level books and whatnot. This will allow you to look at one book with a lower tier to it. The spellbook section is over there. It's quite small, but see if you can browse the titles and find anything within your personal allocation.
Okay. After that, where would be like stuff on like say Feywild stuff like that?
Top floor, there's an extensive section up there.
Okay, top floor. All right.
Thank you. And then he turns to you, Can. What are you currently doing?
I'm unstrapping that giant book from my chest.
Okay.
And what can I help you with?
Oh, I know that I said that I'm just kind of around here for the ride, but can you help me translate this?
He looks at it.
Well, put it up here.
How tall is the table?
Taller than you.
I push it up there.
Okay. Slide it up and over.
This appears to be a... How can you speak to me if you can't read this? Are you illiterate?
No, I can read.
But you can't read common Echo Province script.
What? Hold on, help me up.
He puts a hand down and pulls you up onto the counter.
Okay, I'm perched on the table, looking at the book.
It still doesn't make any sense to you. You guys know that you still have a little bit left of those spores that you guys consumed that translate everything. But that doesn't allow you to read. It just allows you to speak and understand.
That doesn't look like...
That doesn't look like... What?
Remember you guys had the translating spores that Loon gave you? Loon?
But we speak common.
Yeah, but you don't speak Echo Province Common.
Oh.
Right now you do.
Oh. Are we not going to be able to communicate soon?
Oh, yeah. We we consumed some spores that allow us to talk this language, but guess what? We don't normally.
Oh, well, if you need more of the spore translation, I'm sure there's a book here that can brew the recipe to brew some of that up, as long as if you have the spores.
But that doesn't help with reading.
All right, let's see here. And he flips it open. This appears to be just a general book about the wildlife and flora of the Echo Province, specifically in the northeastern section.
Anything cool?
Why do you ask?
Because I like plants.
Well,
What else does it say? They acted like it was supposed to be useful.
Well, it definitely is quite extensive into the different, and he's like flipping through the pages. Different. He like looks at one of the pages. I'm sorry. Where did you get this book?
From a couple of new friends.
But where?
Insight.
Okay.
He's gonna try to take my book.
Yeah. Get ready, fight him.
Fight
Punch
this
him.
librarian.
And steal our blood back, Can.
Suck it, nerd.
It's all on you.
Just John Wick him with the book.
Yeah. I mean,
7.
any of us, if you can.
You can perceive what his actions however you want to perceive them. If he seems suspicious, you can go down that line of thought.
I'm a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it from some friends in the Spore Village of Anoka. What's it to you?
I'm just wondering because I've noticed as I was flipping through here that every 10 pages or so, you see this symbol and he flips the book around and you can see like this little like black mark, almost looks like a smudge. This is typically used as some sort of, and he snaps the book close, druidic marker, but it's not in druidic. That's the strange thing. This is in the gnomish tongue.
Oh, what does that mean?
It's
Gnomish.
What?
What does that mean in Gnomish?
Well, it's more of a mark of. It's the word for it is vil, but it just sort of translates as like part of a word. It's not really a word on its own. Perhaps it's a nickname of some variety, maybe something, but typically when you see something like that, it means that there's a greater message to the book itself.
Is the rest of the message in the book?
It could possibly be.
And if you'll recall, when you were in the astral plane, you did see different script that was inside of this book.
Oh, shit. Well, how do I read all of this?
Well, short of learning the glyphs and symbols for the language of the Echo Province, which is time-consuming, I suppose you could get some sort of translation spell or something like that would allow you to read it. Otherwise, you could pay someone that spoke both whatever your original language you can read in is and Echo Province. You could possibly pay someone to translate the whole book.
So how do I go about the spell route?
Well, it's I'm not sure if there's a spell book here that would allow it. Perhaps there's a scroll of some kind that you could maybe find. I don't believe we have a translation spell book on hand here in the library. I could call Lizard. Lizard speaks multiple languages and usually has quite a variety of spells available.
Who's Lizard?
Oh, Lizard's sort of my helper here in the library.
Get him down here.
And he nods and he picks up a bell and he starts ringing it.
Lizard! Lizard!
Jesus.
The fuck was that?
Gil! You climb down into this hole and then you shove it back up and you see, before you see anything, you hear music. You hear like some soft music playing, kind of upbeat. It definitely seems like it's got a nice jaunty vibe to it, and then you can hear laughter and some like loud voices. You have spent enough time around a good time that you know a good time when you hear one, and there's a good time being had, and you're not there right now.
Well, this is clearly a mistake because I did not get an invite to this.
So you're in a darkened hallway, but if you were to follow the sounds, it starts to lighten up, and you have dark vision, so you're not too worried about the darkness. It's not lit at all down here, but it starts to lighten up as you get down this hallway.
It's lit further in there.
What's that?
It's lit further in there, and I'm gonna find it.
But yeah, as you move down this hallway, you can hear it getting louder and louder, and eventually you arrive at a door. Sort of. It's like a door-shaped slash in the wall. There's no handle or anything like that.
I'm gonna pound on it 4 times, like violently, and I'm gonna be like, "Open up! This is a trading company."
Everything goes quiet, but the door does not open.
Then I start scratching on it. Open up, it's the trading company.
With gloves.
I'm here to audit you.
After a moment, you hear a hello through the wall.
Hello. Who is there?
Who are you?
I'm the answer to your dreams. But you must open the door.
Huh?
I hear tell there was party and I'm here to join it.
Oh, yeah. What's the password?
Melon.
Melon? Nope. Sorry, that's not the password.
The password is password.
High or low?
Low.
I rolled a natural 1. The door pops open. And as you look inside, you see there's this like skinny human guy looking nervously at you, Gil. And there's just a bunch of like warm lights bathing the area. And you appear to be at some sort of mezzanine because as you can kind of look down below, you see a ton of gaming tables. You see a bunch of people just having a good time, drinking, smoking, just partying it up and doing a ton of gambling.
Whoa, baby.
Drinking, smoking, snorting, puffing.
Can I know your name?
Holy shit, this place goes even more down? Man.
Yeah, it's pretty big. This isn't even like the bottom level.
This isn't even my final form.
Excellent. Well, my guy, my name is Gildebrand Molani. I'm an esteemed guest of Kavros.
Oh, Captain Kavros. Okay. Well, come on right through. If you need anything, I'm Nihot, and I can, you take your code, or if you have any valuables you'd like to stow. We don't allow any weapons for obvious reasons, so if you have any of those, you have to relinquish them here. But you'll get them back when you leave.
Fuck yeah! I can't believe I fooled him. Wait, you're still here. Hey, can you
Said the quiet part out loud.
Can you answer me a question, guy?
Yeah, sure.
Do you think this shirt goes with this hat? Or should I switch it up?
Are you still wearing the red shirt?
I'm
right
wearing
now?
the red shirt and the purple hat. Do you think I should switch it up? I just found this other shirt that's pretty cool, but
Well, if you're trying to impress, if I can speak candidly, that shirt is a little more plain. If you have a cooler shirt, it might, pop a little more.
How dare you say that about my favorite shirt?
You asked, man. You asked.
This was home knit by my Aunt Una.
Well, it definitely looks like it, which is nice and wholesome, but for this variety of people, you may want to jazz it up a little bit.
Oh, shit, really? Are these some movers and shakers?
Could be.
Insight
I'm not
check?
allowed to discuss. I'm not allowed to discuss who's down here.
So, if somebody comes asking about me, you can't say shit about it?
Sure.
Sick. All right. Okay, hold this shirt. And I take off my red shirt and hand it to him
He just holds it.
and start putting on the gilded cream shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's a much better shirt with that hat. You look really impressive now.
Hell yes. I thought that the red would clash with the purple.
Yeah, a bit. It clashes a little bit.
Now, I need to know a couple of things since I'm going down there.
Sure, he starts folding your shirt up very nicely.
Are there any bugaboos? Are there any no-can-dos down here? Like, can I go on?
Try not to fight anybody. That's kind of the number one rule. Things can get kind of heated, but no magic, no physical confrontations of any variety. Have a good time. Don't destroy any of the property. That's a quick way to get ejected from the ship.
What is the stance on illicit substances?
Encouraged.
Oh, yeah. Can you put that shirt in my bag? And I turn around, revealing
sure.
my bag.
He puts it in your bag. Now, weapons, please.
Yeah, weapons. I'm definitely going to try and keep a dagger.
Okay. I will need a sleight of hand.
Never mind, I don't have a dagger. Oh, but I have a cane.
Okay. Is this like an actual weapon, or is this like just a
That's where his
standard
sword
cane?
is.
Yeah, my cane
Oh,
sword.
that's right. I forgot about that.
Here are some arrows. Here is a longbow. This crazy spear you can have for a little bit, but don't look at it too long.
Okay.
I'm surgically lethal with this lyre as well, so you might need to take that. Just kidding, I might play some music down there. And that's it.
Okay, and he takes the armful of stuff. And here you go. And he blinks, and a ticket appears right in your hand. And
Oh shit, baby.
it says 71. So just bring that back, and I'll make sure that you get all of your stuff back.
Excellent, thank you. What was her name again?
Nihot.
Nihot.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, off I go.
Have fun.
Excellent. And then I walk away with my rapier.
He gets down there, and it's Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm going
all right.
for the ball pit.
Ski ball.
Nezrah, which section did you say you were going to?
I was in the cookbook section.
So you're heading that way? Okay, yeah, you get to... Oh, you got in there, you got the... Sorry, yeah, you found those books. Would you... what else would you like to do while you're in this library?
I'm going to take my potato soup cookbooks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to take potatoes.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave potatoes through the ages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have that in the crook of one arm, and I'm going to head off to the history section.
And are you looking for anything in particular?
Yes. I would like to look... Do we know... Can I tell if it's split up by region?
Yeah, you can see that there are certain regions in that history section, especially if you're going to the geographical history section and cultural section. It's definitely split up.
Okay. Is there a Mirenlug?
There is there is an Argyria section, and it's actually pretty small. A big majority of it is the different areas of the Echo province, but the Argyria section is about half of a shelf, so there's maybe 13 books in there. You could browse and give me an investigation check to see if you can find anything that would relate to Mirenlug.
Well, if I don't see anything offhand, I'll kind of resign to checking out the Echo Province stuff.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can find anything on Shield Seeker,
Okay.
Pirate Alley,
Okay.
and the City Beneath the Waves.
Okay. So I'll have you do an investigation check. However, depending on how long you want to spend looking, like if you actually want to like look through the books and stuff like that, the DC is going to be a lot lower.
Okay.
But it will just take more time.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Doesn't seem like we're in any big hurry.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and give me
Nez is full on like into this.
It is.
All right. Cool.
It is a good thing you guys are here.
So yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
All right, it's not very good. It's 10.
That's all right. It's a pretty low DC if you're spending some time. Okay. Excellent. Fee, you headed to which section?
Spells first. Just
Okay.
because, yeah, it'd be good to have something like the tooth, but that could communicate back. If we could somehow find a way to do that.
So as you walk into this back kind of darkened section, you notice there's like almost like a portcullis that it separates this section from the rest. And the minute you walk through, it's like you're walking through spider webs. You feel like this electric tingling energy, kind of not painful, just a little like static electricity in a sense, as you walk through, and you can feel like this magical energy just kind of like playing at you, you know, almost as if it's like an examination. And you hear a voice in your head that says, "Access granted." And then suddenly 3 books fly up in the air in front of you before you can even take another step. What are you looking for here?
I'd like some kind of spell that has communication back and forth kind of thing, if that is a thing.
One moment. And you watch as the like spells, like the or the books start like adjusting and things like that. And one book flies up, and hold on, I gotta pull up what this book is real fast.
Okay.
So yeah, this spell book appears floating in front of you, and you see on the cover it says spell book, and underneath it says message.
Okay.
For communication purposes, this, based on the allowable access, is the only communication-based spell that we currently have available to you. Would you like the spell book for the spell message?
Absolutely I would. That'd be great.
Excellent. And then there's like a blinding flash, and this book slowly floats into your palms. And the moment that it touches your hands, you are shot backwards out of the portcullis fee. Give me a dex save.
16?
16. Yeah, you were shot backwards, but you were able to like, slam your heels in the ground as you were ejected from this portcullis, and you're just fine. And now you have a spell book for message.
Fuck yeah. I gotta get me a
If you would like to
library.
read, you will have to spend at least an hour reading this, and then you can learn the spell message.
Okay. I will, but before I do that, I'll go to that Feywild section he was telling me about.
All right, you're going to head to the Feywild section.
Yeah,
Are you
top
looking for anything
floor.
in particular?
Just more information about it. Yeah, anything she might not already know, or like any signs of like people like her in the past there. So yeah.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Now this is a similar situation. It's impossible to know off the top what you're not gonna know. So we can lower the DC, but you'll have to spend a lot longer of a time perusing.
Okay, I'm not gonna do too well, I don't think, with this 6.
6. You may want to take some time then. Otherwise, it'll be a largely fruitless endeavor.
Question.
Yeah.
Can she have Crumb help her search?
You could give yourself advantage on that if he helps.
Yeah. Crumb, I need you. Can you help me find some shit on the Feywild?
Yeah, I'm an excellent reader.
Perfect. Me too. So, yeah, better than 5. That's better than 5. 19.
19. Okay, yeah. You're a pretty voracious reader, Fee, and you're a pretty good skimmer. So you could spend a little bit of time and start gathering some details about the Feywild, if you would like.
Sure.
Excellent. Can.
Yeah.
He rang the bell and yelled for Lizard, and just a moment later, in like a cloud of smoke, an individual appears just in front of the counter. It is a goblin.
Oh.
The goblin is, standard goblin size, a little bit taller than you, about the same size as Thornley, where it has like a kind of a slouchy stocking cap bandana style, sailor style, cap on their head. They're wearing long yellow robes that are kind of like patchwork, a lot of belts. You notice that there's a lot of jewelry at first, you think, and then you realize that this goblin has broken shackles around their wrists and ankles. They've got a book kind of, roped onto their side, and right at this goblin's feet, you see a little turtle begin to start walking around as if exploring.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, turtle.
And the goblin looks up.
Hey.
You
You're
guys
lizard.
called for me?
Huh?
You guys called for me?
Yeah, I'm Can.
Hi, I'm Lizard.
Who's your friend?
Oh, this is Bartholomew. He's my familiar.
That's cool. Where'd you meet him?
I found him in a swamp.
I love swamps.
Me too. Where are you from, Can?
I'm from the island of Luta.
Oh, cool.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Where are you from?
I'm from a village that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, that sucks. Were you like the life of the party?
I was the life of the party.
And then you left and it all fell apart.
That's probably what happened, yeah.
That does happen. I hope Luta's okay.
What can I help you with?
Oh, so I have this big book.
Oh, yeah.
And I breathed in some spores to make me talk in whatever
Translation spores, yeah.
language. Those are the ones, but I can't read in that language.
Oh, so you need a translation?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no problem at all. Thornley, technically I'm off the clock.
He says, kind of as a little bit of a kind of lubing the gears there, and Thornley.
Between you and Russell, I don't know if I'm ever going to recoup my losses. Where is Russell, by the way?
Who's Russell?
He's an assistant, we'll call him, but he's not very good.
Russell!
It doesn't work. Lizard at least appears when summoned. At least I have one significant person that can assist me. Russell, however, he glares around as if he's hoping to find Russell, is completely incompetent.
Okay, well, at this point, I'm on my stomach, leaning over the edge, trying to pull, reaching my hands out to Lizard to help pull him up.
Lizard is looks at your hands.
Oh, no, that's fine.
And then he's standing on the counter in a puff of smoke.
Where'd you learn that?
Spells and stuff.
That's cool. Okay, so here's the book. It weighs a ton.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
And he takes the book, looks at it.
Oh, this is a magic book. Do you want just the direct translation, or do you want the secret translation as well?
Both.
Okay, it might take some time.
Well, I don't think dinner is gonna be for a little while.
Yeah, it's still morning.
Oh. I've been in this library, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, no, yeah, it's still morning. But if you want, I can take this back to my I call it my lab, and it's like where I have all my stuff. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Cool.
Very much so.
Do you have any books that you gotta check out?
No, but I have a fish with me named Biscuit. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
I open up the vase.
You open. Oh, hey! And then you notice that he like waves his hand in the air a little bit and starts, speaking under his breath. And then suddenly he's leaning down real close to Biscuit, and he starts talking, and you can hear it just like. And then Biscuit appears to be paying attention, and you can tell that they are communicating.
What are you guys talking about?
He looks up.
Biscuit was just telling me about all the stuff you guys have done. Apparently you were escaping from some really gross water, and then there was like a big storm, I think, and then his friends came, and now you guys are here. That sounds pretty wild, though.
It was wild, and Biscuit has a fantastic memory.
Yeah, well, you know what they say.
A fish never forgets.
Yeah, that's what they do say. Yeah.
Let's go to the lab.
Okay. Thornley, you could charge me for the 3 minutes, 41 seconds that I was here.
And Thornley looks like he's about to, disagree, and then suddenly, Can, you disappear.
Oh, I was gonna have him set me down.
And you
Way cooler.
reappear in what appears to be like a big study. There's more books in here. There's a big alchemy table to one side. There's just a bunch of baubles and odds and ends in this area, and there's a gigantic window in here. It's like 15 feet tall, about 6 feet wide, so it's like a tall, narrow window, but it looks out over the ocean. You can tell that you're probably in a higher room in this ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to make some adjustments, but I think we can get this solved in maybe a few minutes, depending on the nature of the magic. I'd like to research it a little bit. Do you want some chocolate drink?
I believe I do.
Don't drink
What's
it.
in
It's poo. It's poo. Don't drink it. This is a goblin trick.
It is shit, Austin.
It's like a drink made of chocolate.
Like only chocolate?
Mostly, I think there's like some goat milk in it.
Yes.
Okay, be right back.
Gil.
Hold on.
Nice cliffhanger.
Is that alchemy table like a good one?
You're not there, so you don't know.
Steal it? Fuck. That's what we need to make like health potions and shit. Together.
Okay, so when we were on the Rapture ship, Fee and I were taking valuable items. I would like to know which ones I lifted in the process.
So you will receive that information, just not at this exact moment.
Well, it's relevant to right now because
Well, you guys get the stuff that you guys got. Okay,
that
well, I can
I
give you.
specifically grabbed.
Then I can give you a very truncated version of that. There was a bunch of gems. There was a bunch of shirts, some pants, some gloves, some arrows. There was a few magical-looking items.
Was I the
And-
one who took the gilded dragon skull?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Is there some sort of token exchange, money exchange place?
Yeah, you see that there's a counter at the back, and it appears to be a place to get some chips.
Okay, I'm gonna stroll up there and I'm gonna be favoring the cane,
Okay.
like as if it were a necessary cane.
And you as you stroll up there, there's a lizard folk woman behind the counter, and she just kind of looks at you pleasantly.
Hello.
I wink at her
Why'd your eye do that?
as it's going.
It's going okay. How can I help you today?
What can I get for this? And I slam the dragon skull on the table.
Her eyes go wide.
Well, let me see.
and she like opens a drawer beneath on her side, and she pulls out this like giant, like it's like a small spyglass essentially, but it's like a monocle, and she puts it up to her eye, and she looks. She starts to go to pick it up.
Can I pick it up?
If you can, it's pretty heavy. I'm just kidding.
She hefts it and like begins looking at it. Gil, high or low?
High.
Okay, Gil, I need you to roll a D100, please.
Ooh.
No, I'm good. That would be 85.
Okay, one more, high or low?
Low.
I rolled a natural 20. So she looks at it, she goes,
This is worth 85 silver.
Oh, I mean chips. I intend to game with this amount.
Yes, I know. 85 silver is the amount in chips that you will receive. Fortunately for you, most of these games are 5 silver or less.
Is there anything I could do to round it up to an even hundy?
What else have you got?
My unstoppable charm.
all right, give me persuasion, Gil.
I can make your dreams come true. That is 28.
28. She like looks at it, looks at you.
Well, normally we only do this for the regulars, the return customers, but I like the cut of your jib. Let's say this. With that amount, we can round it up to 100 as credit. However, if you do not earn the threshold by the time you leave, you will be forced to pay that amount twice over. How does that sound?
I think I can swing that. Maybe I'll share the
Okay.
winnings with you.
In that case,
And she holds up a little like stamp.
your hand, please.
Do you want the top or bottom?
The top, please.
I show her the top.
She just presses this stamp on. This little like ink smudge is on there.
It's a mouse from Chuck E. Cheese.
You mean Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
that
a
one.
rat, okay?
I guess that's true.
He's a rat fink.
Charles Entertainment Cheese deserves more respect than what you just gave him.
All right, I'll be seeing you later.
Do you want your chips?
Oh, yes, please give me my chip.
She takes out these like crystalline blue chips and starts stacking them. She gives you 8 of those, and then she takes out it was 85, correct? Or 84.
Well, 85, yep.
Yep. She takes out 5 crystalline green chips, and then she gives you 1 silver chip that it has the number 15 on it, or it's got 15 notches on it.
Here you go.
Excellent.
Have fun.
Thank you, sweetheart. And I'm going to...
Raises an eyebrow.
She wants me. I'm going to spend the next at least 10 minutes wandering around the tables, trying to understand how the games work and look for ways that I could game the system and either take stuff off the tables or fool people with my poker face and stuff.
Okay. So this is how we're going to do this then. It's a little mini skill challenge for you, Gil. You're going to take 10 minutes, and you want to see what sort of insight into the games you can get. So first and foremost, I need an investigation check.
That's an 8.
8. Okay. So your first go, you're like looking around and like kind of looking at things real closely, getting close to these tables, and you're not finding a ton. From what you can tell, it's pretty bare bones, but there's a lot of eyes. So it's a little hard to get, close enough to get a true investigation going.
Okay.
However,
Okay, go on.
However, if you would like,
yeah,
I will allow you to do an insight check to see if you can see if there's anybody who's not paying as close of attention.
Okay. I don't know if this will do anything either. I'm gonna whisper, I need your help here, Ma. I need to really scope these fuckers out. And I'm going to, if I can, I'll use insight, but if I can use perception at some point, that'd be cool.
Okay, give me high or low.
High.
Gil, you can have +1 to your perception if you would like to use that instead.
Okay. So my roll was 9 plus perception is 10. 19 plus 1 is 20.
All right, so 20. Yeah, you're looking around and you see a few of the guys who look like they're not paying as much attention to their hoard of chips. The way the games are going. Some of the patrons here. It's a real mixed group, which with that roll, that will allow you to have advantage on an insight check.
Sick. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You see one broker in particular that is manning a game, and he looks real sleepy. And a couple of times you notice some of the patrons have to like hit him on the shoulder, like, "Hey man, we're still playing the game." He's like, "Oh, sorry." He's been nodding off. He looks, very, very tired. If you were a betting man and you're in the right place for that, that might be your table to at least start out your night if you're trying to get into some mischief and try to do something unsavory at the tables.
All right, and you said he's the one dealing?
Yep. He's the broker of the game.
I am going to... Is there an imbibement table?
There's a bar.
Okay, I'm going to go up to the barkeep.
Okay.
Can I get 2 whimsy sours, please?
At the table that you noticed the broker?
Yeah.
There appear to be 3 patrons at the table other than him, so 4 total.
All right. Can I get 5 whimsy sours, please?
This stout human looks at you. Okay, that will be 5 silver chips. Sorry, 5 green chips.
All right. How many do I have of those?
You have 5.
All right. I will hand them over.
He takes them, looks at them, pops them in his pocket, and begins making whimsy sours for you. After a moment, he slides them down to the end of the bar. Here you go.
Sweet. Thank you. And then
you are quite welcome.
I'm going to find a place that I can do this sneakily. I'm going to take out a rainbow mushroom, and I'm going to distribute it among all of the drinks except for mine.
Okay. Give me sleight of hand.
Okay. 15.
15. Okay, yeah, you feel pretty hidden. You start, sliding these in here. And yeah, they bubble and they disperse. And yeah, you think that you did a pretty good job.
Do you need me to remind you what it does?
Yes.
Okay. You are considered charmed by every non-hostile creature around you as they take on a pleasant countenance. You are considered frightened by every hostile creature around you as they take on a nightmarish countenance. You have resistance to psychic damage from magical effects and spells. You have disadvantage on all intelligence and wisdom-based checks and saving throws. You have advantage on all charisma-based checks and saving throws.
Okay.
And it's pretty diluted. I broke it up quite a bit, so they won't be getting much of a dose of it. But I want to kind of push them a little more amiably and susceptible and such. So
okay,
I will.
All right. So yeah, are you gonna head over to that table now?
Yep.
Okay. You see that they're playing a weird game with a silver ball in the center, and you can see that the table itself is almost like a very shallow funnel, and they appear to be each of them has a different color orb of some kind and ball, and they all appear to be like throwing them and trying to get it as close to that silver one in the center as they can. But it's like a navigable maze-like path that they're trying to kind of throw their balls through.
As it's going, my dudes.
They all kind of look up at you. Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up?
I want to scope out this game you're doing, and I brought you some drinks.
Oh, right. Yeah. Are you are you a server?
Hell no, man. I'm here to partake.
Oh, well, here. Sit on down, man. Sit on down. Yeah. Hey, he starts snapping. One of the guys sitting there at the broker, and the broker, yes. One more to the table, he announces. And then you are offered a seat.
I start passing out drinks to everyone. Now where I come from, it is customary to bring gifts upon first meeting. My name is Gildebrand Molani, and I'm here to entertain you.
Hell yeah, this is great. I love this. I don't know where you're from, but this is fantastic. Well, I'm Selmos. This is Lysander. We've got Radnor here, and the broker looks up. You can just refer to me as the broker for the purposes of this game. Which color orb would you prefer? And you can see there's a green one, a white one, and a black one.
Black, please.
All right, he takes it. All right, that will be 5 chips, please.
Slide him
5,
over.
1 silver chips.
I will slide whatever he said over.
You've got you don't have any more of the single chips. You have the credit chip for 15, and then you've got the chips that each seem to represent 10, the blue ones.
Put me down for 2, I guess. I'm not sure how this works. I'm a total newbie.
Oh, I can provide change if you wish. I'll give you chips back for whatever your over amount.
I thought you said you were broker, not the breaker.
They all just kind of chuckle. Oh, he's a funny guy. Funny guy.
That's what they call me, funny guy.
So will you be giving me...
Yeah, break
what will you be
this 10, please.
He takes it. He hands you 5 green chips back. And then he hands you the black ball. Okay, name of the game is Ophelia, and if you don't know the rules, you are trying to get to that central silver. You're trying to be the closest there by the end of the round. Now, you can knock other people's away, which is part of the fun of the game. It's not a good way to win friends, but it is a good way to win overall. Now, we are currently on the 3rd round. There are 5 rounds in each, so if you would like to wait out the next 2 rounds to see, you absolutely can. Otherwise, you can try your luck in 2 rounds.
All right, I will watch these guys. This guy right here, he seems like he knows what's up. I'm going to keep an eye on you, bud. You going to show me how to do this?
Yeah, I'll show you how to do it. Don't worry.
All right, I'm watching.
Okay. Nezrah, you're still reading your book?
Is that a question or a statement?
A question. That's what you're planning on doing, right? Spending the next little bit doing that?
Well, so I'm procuring the books. Last we left off, I was in the history section looking for stuff on Pirate Alley, Shield Seeker, and...
oh, yes, you are.
The City Beneath the Waves.
Yeah, and so it's taking a bunch of time. You are able to find information about Pirate Alley and Shield Seeker, though you haven't yet run into anything about the City Beneath the Waves. As far as when it comes to Shield Seeker, you know that Shield Seeker is a medium-sized port town, and it seems like that's not a surprise at all. It seems like these are a lot of these on these islands are port towns. It has a curious feature, though, because it was built around an old ancient temple, and this temple has since been turned into sort of the undermarket. This is the word that you keep finding in there. Apparently, this Shield Seeker has a marketplace both above ground and below ground, and the below ground market is like the big draw because it brings in a lot of the tourists and a lot of the money. And from everything that you're finding, you're seeing a lot of references to the Undermarket, the former temple, but not what is contained within there. But if it's worth mentioning, it's got to be something juicy. You also know that it is primarily a tiefling town, though that's not to say that there aren't any others, but that's essentially, that it was established as a tiefling settlement. Pirate Alley, you see a lot of accounts, mostly of conflicts that happened there, since it's sort of like a long, drive of different, islands and crags and things like that. There's no like true boundary. There's just like a rough boundary of where it is located, and you were already fairly familiar with where that is, but you do know that there's a few towns within Pirate Alley that are just basically like homes of depravity to all of these different pirate folk. Like if you stop there, you're either super rough and ready to fucking tangle with anybody if need be, or you are very, very lost. You're in the wrong neighborhood. And the one name that you keep seeing over and over as kind of like the hub inside of Pirate Alley is a village called Morklin. That's Morklen. Morklin. Broccoli.
All right. So Pirate Alley is essentially like an amoeba archipelago.
See, it's not as easy as it sounds. Yeah, it is essentially like different islands and coastal areas within this like fissure between two larger landmasses.
It's constantly...
Yeah, it kind of shifts and
shifts.
So
okay.
There's no...
Cool.
You're getting close, but you never know exactly when you're in it.
Right. Depending on the conflicts that are going on or the territorial, I guess, grabs. It can be different.
Exactly.
From week to week. Okay.
And it's mostly, a mobile place. It's mostly pirates moving through and into there. They tend to stay on their ships. There's a lot of conflicts there and a lot of partying. But you do find towards the end of when you're reading about a section on Pirate Alley, it mentions like the biggest bloodbath of all time was called the Great Pirate Massacre. And there's a reference to it.
Oh, the GPM?
Yes, the GPM. And while there's not a ton of detail in it, there is a notation on that passage that talks about looking up Ildan's brief history of bloody pirate battles.
And is that Ildan with an I or a Y?
With an I.
Okay. Is there any mention of the Undermarket with any ties to Pirate Alley?
You do not see any reference to those two. They're pretty disparate sections. So
interesting. Okay.
You know that Shield Seeker is pretty far away from Pirate Alley, or at least the general direction of it.
Okay. I'm going to take the books that I found information with about Shield Seeker and Pirate Alley, pile that on top of the potatoes. And I'm going to head on over to the spellbook section now.
Okay. Gotcha. Same thing that this is new to you. You step through the portcullis and instantly you feel like this like electrical static energy kind of, moving off of you, and 3 books appear in the air in front of you before you can even take more than a step. And you hear, "What are you seeking?"
Oh, hello?
Do I see anybody?
Nope, it's just a voice in your head
Just
and
a
these floating
disembodied
books.
voice.
Yep.
Interesting.
Hi, I'm Nezrah.
Hello, Nezrah.
Do you have a name?
I do. Melikar.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Melikar.
It's nice to meet you as well, Nezrah.
I'm trying to find spell books, particularly having to do with severing ties with magical entities.
Your access indicates a lower tier so I do not know if I have the appropriate sources for you. However, if you to raise the tier of your access, you could in fact find several resources that would allow that. At the moment, there is nothing in your current arsenal. Would you perhaps prefer a lower tier of a different magic school?
It's possible, but could I inquire as to how one would go about raising their access?
The best that I could suggest is finding a way of getting the bookkeeper to raise your access level, or finding some other method of gaining strength in your aura.
Okay, so I could talk to Thornley and he could grant me wider access?
It is possible, though not necessarily something that will happen.
Well, while I'm here, I guess I can circle back and talk to Thornley, but I've already made the trip. Do you have any abjuration spellbooks?
Yes. Were you looking for anything in particular, or just lower tier abjuration?
Anything that could act as kind of a protective spell.
One moment, and you watch as the books start flying around. Give me 1 second here. You see like a few books fly in front of you.
We have a few available, though I do not know if you currently have access to these spells. The first is Mage Armor. The second is Shield of Faith. The third is Blade Ward. Are any of those what you are seeking? I must admit, my arsenal of books is quite small at the moment.
That's understandable, and that's okay. I think for now, I'll circle back and speak with Thornley and see about getting my access level raised.
Excellent. Take care, Nezrah.
Thanks, Melikar.
You just gonna turn around and leave?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fee.
Yeah.
Okay, you were doing some real hardcore investigation. I need high or low, Fee.
Let's do high.
Okay, Fee. I'm going to roll a d6. That is a 1. Fee, you start gleaning a bunch of information through your skimming and with Crumb's help, and spending a little bit of time, doing all this stuff. Now, you learn a little bit more about the Feywild, and in fact, you'll have a +1 to recalling any history that pertains to the Feywild. So you can go ahead and add that if you want as a note. So when you're doing a history check concerning the Feywild, you'll have a +1 in addition to whatever your history roll is.
Okay.
Is there anything you would like to do in this time, Fee?
Aside from that, I think, she might start to read over that spell book.
Okay. You spend some time learning that spell?
Or
is there anything from what she read that jogs her memory or that stands out?
Nothing at the moment is jogging Fee's memory. It's like relearning some really old trivia almost at the moment. But you think that if you were to spend even more time reading, this could possibly change.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, I think Fee is kind of she's been distracted, but her number one thing is she just wants to figure out what the fuck is going on, who she is, more about Eladrin themselves, because they're kind of secretive, and she is kind of pretty sure she's an Eladrin. So, I think she'd keep reading probably, and just kind of get sucked in, just feverishly, flipping through all the pages, hoping for something.
Okay, as you're looking through the pages, you hear Thornley.
Would you like to check out that book? You can take it with you if you check it out.
He's that guy from Barnes & Noble.
She's holding up one finger for a second as she finishes the page, and then she's like, check it out? I can take it?
Yes, you just must bring it back.
Well, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'd love that. That's great.
All right, do you have a library card?
No, I've never been in this library before.
Would you like a library card?
I would love a library card. Are you kidding me?
No, well, come closer. Let's set you up with a library card.
Are you going to poke me again?
No, I just needed the one, and he holds up the needle.
This is actually how we will make your library card.
With blood?
Yes, it's almost done, in fact. I had a feeling you guys would like a library card.
I've never heard of library cards out of blood, but, cool. Okay.
Yes. All right. Well, one moment.
Okay.
And he's like staring right at you awkwardly. And then you
Fee's like kind of like shuffling her feet, like kind of kicking the ground, like trying to look away, and then she looks back up, and then she's like,
and then you hear a ding, and suddenly you feel a searing pain on your palm.
I thought you
Fee.
said it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, just a moment.
And after a second, it fades. But as you look at your palm, Fee, you see that there is a symbol of a book etched into it.
Is this here forever now?
Until you want it removed, I suppose.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't hate it.
It's like a tiny little book symbol.
Well, thank you. This is great. This is great information. Thank you for allowing us in the library.
Yes, no problem. Now you can take as many books as you want out of the library. And the plus side, if you forget to return it, I can recall anything you've taken out of here and bring it back, no matter where.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yes, it used to not work like that, but then people just kept not returning the books, and I had to do something, you see.
Did you come up with this whole library system?
What do you mean?
I mean, the blood library cards, that's crazy. You can recall where the
No,
books
that was
are?
Lizard's idea. That was not...
Who's
I wish I
Lizard?
had thought of that.
Lizard?
Lizard's my, one of my assistants, sort of like a co-librarian, bookkeeper, yes.
Huh. I might want to pick his brain, because this is a pretty cool library.
Well, that's definitely something you could do. I own the library. In fact, I own the entire ship.
Really?
Yes, but I'm not much of a captain, so I needed to bring one aboard.
Sure. How do you find Kavros?
Oh, it's a long and storied tale involving flying krakens, but that's a tale for another time.
It is? Are you
Yes.
Are you sure? Because that sounds pretty cool.
Yes, well, it's getting close to breakfast, so perhaps would you like to join me for breakfast, and I'll tell you all about it.
Yeah. I suppose I could.
Okay,
Maybe
well,
if we-
follow me.
we just might need to get
Russell!
the
He
group
yells.
together.
And
A group.
you see like this very large creature peek out from the bookshelves, and it looks to be a troll. And he just looks out. What do you want?
Watch the library. I'm going to breakfast, Russell.
That's rough.
Okay. And this troll just stomps over and sits down into the tiny chair at the desk.
Thanks, Russell.
Fun at breakfast. Can.
Yes.
You have been in this chamber, this study, and Lizard comes back with 2 steaming mugs of something that smells definitely like chocolate.
Here you go.
Thank you, that smells great.
Yeah, it tastes great too. It's so good.
I drink it.
It's delicious.
Oh my god.
Right? It's so
That
good.
is so good.
Oh, man. Anyway, so I'm going to set this book here on my little table. Now, this is an experimental thing, so just be careful. But it should be pretty cool. So do you like flashing lights and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna love this guy then.
And he sets the big tome onto this table that has like a bunch of arcane symbols all over it.
All right. You want to help me cast a spell?
Oh my gosh, how do I do that?
Okay, and he like picks up this bag.
Here's some bone dust.
He puts it in your palm.
Don't drop it yet.
Gross.
And then I need a drop of salt water.
And he takes a little like eyedropper out and he puts it right on the table.
Do you have anything metal on you?
Yeah, I have some coins.
Okay, do you have any non-currency metal? If you don't, that's okay. I've got some.
And he like goes and he like starts fishing in a drawer and he has like there's just a bunch of odds and ends and he takes what looks like a washer or something and he sets it on there.
All right. Now, I need you to say these words. And then you're going to throw the bone dust in the air above the altar. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
You gotta say it slow though.
Okay. Kalu.
Kalu.
Kali.
Kali.
Baparapatapatap.
Ba-ba-ra-ba-da-ba-da.
All right, throw it. Throw the bone dust.
And you throw the bone dust, and immediately the table lights up, and the book begins to float above the altar in the air, opening up, and you can see brilliant golden-colored script appearing as the pages turn themselves. And suddenly there's a bright flash, and then there's another figure in the room with you. And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Russell?
Yeah, Russell, Gildebrand was looking for you.
Where's your smut? All right. Now it's time for tonight's MVPC. The most valuable player character. I want to know who you think deserves an additional 1d10 of DM inspiration. Now, for those of you listening and for those of you at home. Nez is 1, Gil is 2, Fee is 3, and Can is 4. On the count of 3, I'll have you guys hold up the number of fingers corresponding to the person you believe should become the MVPC. Now I'll give you a moment to decide, and then we will vote. Does everybody know who they're voting for?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, vote. Okay, we've got 2 votes for Can and 2 votes for Gil. Nez, why'd you vote for Gil?
He discovered a speakeasy in the library because, of course, Gil did. And just, shenanigans going through the Amsterdam of libraries here.
All right, excellent. Can, why did you vote for Gil?
Because I choose chaos. And I choose party drugs. And I choose being on the hunt for smut and finding some wild gambling party.
The Hunt for Smut, episode title. Excellent. Gil, why did you vote for Can?
It's really hard because each of them was hunting for valuable information that will push the story forward. But I liked Can trying to resolve the communication with everyone situation because that will be immensely important to every interaction that we have.
Is that what that book did? I super forgot.
That's the spell they were trying to cast and figure out, like being able to understand the rapport shroom thing. But yeah, I just like
Rapport spore.
Can's interaction with the librarian and the goblin guy too. So
Excellent. Fee, why'd you vote for Can?
She made a really good friend, and that friend has an alchemy table that Fee probably will need very soon. So hopefully, yeah. I don't know. But that's great. That's like exactly what we need. That kind of person. with that table. Yeah.
I want to vote
Excellent.
lizard.
All right, tonight's MVPCs are Gildebrand, Molani, and Kanak, Anga. Each of you gets a D6 and put it in your bag of tricks.
Burn my bag of tricks.
Bring it on down to bag of tricks.
All right, well, that is it for tonight, folks. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Adrian Von Ziegler for that beautiful background music. Thanks to all of you listeners. If you like what you hear, head on over to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a review. If you leave us a review, we will read it on the podcast. No matter what it says, no matter how raunchy or sexy or horny it gets, we'll read it. Also, consider leaving us a 5-star review.
Oh, no.
That would absolutely help us bump us up in the algorithm and help us fight off all those other podcasts that are trying to take our turf. Speaking of turf, if you want to have your own little slice of D20 Syndicate, head on over to patreon.com/D20_Syndicate and consider becoming a patron. Consider making us warlocks. We've got a bunch of cool tiers. We've got behind the scenes content. We've got bonus content. We've got the ability to make an NPC. We've got all sorts of cool jazz and bullshit. So head on over to Patreon and see if there's anything that trips your crossbow. Also, we have a Discord and it is free. Free. That's right. And in the episode description, you can find a link. Come hang out with us and our gallons of fans. Everybody's head looked at me at once.
If we were to liquefy our fans, they would fit into at least a tub.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. There's a, it won't taste good, but it'll be there. Not that we're drinking them right now.
Join our Patreon.
Congealed
You can
tub
join our
fans.
Discord so we can drink you.
Join our slurry in the Discord. We've also got merch. Head on over to TeePublic, the D20 Syndicate page, and see if there's a shirt or perhaps a pair of delicious Crocs that you would like to sport with our faces on them. All of our merch is 100% organic in that we made it ourselves or curated it ourselves, but you don't eat it. And it's also made from a bunch of different, materials. So it's not like technically organic, but it's organic in our hearts.
Why is Crocs the default bullshit item that you guys always try to push?
Why not? Crocs are dope if you like things that are bad.
No. But it's something that we specifically don't have, but you're always like Crocs.
I'm trying to get Crocs to,
instead of like, I don't know, like wall flag or, rims.
Mug.
Or something else that we don't have, but it's always Crocs.
Yeah. Because people want Crocs, Billy. Chill. God.
Haven't you heard the song?
I'll go back to my corner.
Here's a Croc of the walk. Crocodile Rock.
That is it for tonight, folks. Thanks for listening. I am your host and DM, Seth, and this is the D20 Syndicate podcast, where we go on adventures so you don't have to. Bye!
Farewell. Later. Fucking Barbie. I always call him Barbie Carnival.
Bobby Carnival.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. I like him.
That guy terrifies me. I don't know if you guys have watched Boardwalk Empire, but that was my introduction to Bobby Cannavale.
Is he the guy with the really low voice?
Yeah, he's got a deep voice.
And then he does like the talks kind of like this and very short.
Wow, that's incredibly accurate.
He's not going to scare you in this because he comes off as just a bitch ass oaf. Like, just a
That's
dope.
wild. That's wild to me.
He also
Like,
wasn't
Or maybe that's just
threatening.
me.
He was also not threatening in 9 Perfect Strangers. He was kind of
Which
nice in
I
that.
oh
I
god,
can't remember all the stuff I've seen him in.
Oh.
He's like
was
a-
9 Perfect
he's always like a
Strangers the
douchebag.
drug one? Oh my god, I actually loved that, and it,
he's the stepdad or whatever in
Yeah.
the Ant-Man movies.
fuck,
Oh, yeah.
he's good.
Yeah, he's nice.
He's
I
good,
like him.
dude.
Fuck, that's so wild to me because the first thing I saw him in was Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, he's a psycho.
Yeah, and, like
sure is.
he's a menace.
But he's
Well, he plays
so
a wealthy
good.
dad in this, and wealthy dads always like
Oh,
give me
sure.
like this like ugh,
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
like what a
Like,
fucking loser.
Yacht club dad.
Winning at life. What a loser.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just want like and just give me someone like with some problems or something.
Like
I
he's
don't
gonna
know.
go hang out in his boathouse and listen to
A
Stevie
really
Ray.
damaged old man bridge person. That's what Nick
Oh,
is
and he's
looking for.
got the sweater with the arms crossed the front that he's wearing on his back.
He wears a lot. Yeah, they wear a lot of cream in that show. We were noticing that. And
Is it on-
thinking
is it on
there was
the-
something
yeah,
to
we
it.
thought it was symbology.
What's the symbology?
Symbology?
behind that.
Yeah,
Symbologist Robert Langdon.
we kept looking for all the symbolism in it, and
Yeah. Does it take
Don't.
place on the East Coast?
yeah, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because of
I
the
was
cream?
getting a lot of that from just the footage that I saw, and if it's got Barbie Carnival,
I kept
He's like-
seeing
maybe I'll
Mr.
remember
New
his
Jersey.
name now. I like him. He's very good in everything he's in.
he
He's
is.
fantastic.
Barbie Carnival seems
Barbie
a lot
Carnival.
cooler in like everything else.
Yeah. I kept
might
seeing the
remember
clip
that
where
mnemonic.
the lady and Richard Kind were chastising him about the arugula growing on his side of the fence.
You talking about character actress Margot Martindale?
yes.
Margot Martindale,
the chick I always confuse for what's her name?
and Dowd.
Yes, Ann Dowd.
The one from the
Handmaid's
The
Tale.
Leftovers.
Yeah, that too.
Yep,
Who's
and
in
Hereditary.
Handmaid's
And
Tale?
Hereditary.
Aunt is
The Aunt Lydia. I always confuse her for Margot Martindale.
see, and I know her from Leftovers.
They could be sisters.
Leftovers and Handmaid's Tale. If you say both of those, then I figure out it's that lady.
One's more southern.
I love
Get
Leftovers.
your arugula out of my fence.
We all
Leftovers.
Sam
is so
and I always
fucking
go
good.
Kevin from the Leftovers. Kevin.
All right. Well,
man.
should we play D&D?
Maybe we could talk more
sure,
about
sure.
Kevin.
Sure.
You guys are on that coast. Never seen
I
it
don't
again.
have
deal,
Barbie
then.
Carnival money. I can't be making these trips all the time.
What am I, Barbie Carnival? Come on.
Barbies don't grow on carnivals, you know.
On.
Oh man.
Just imagining a Ferris wheel of Barbies.
Sitting
Carnival sounds
silently.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Or
they're
awesome for the right person, like a 6-year-old girl,
just
a Barbie
stumbling
Carnival is
upon it, like in the
Yeah.
woods, and it's like lit up. There's no kids there. The Barbies,
deteriorated
Barbies
Barbies
directed by Tim Burton.
they're not moving. Like they're just frozen in their places. There's like a merry-go-round with them on it. They're like,
They're like
Yeah,
burned,
it's-
hair's chopped.
It's the Sid. It's the Sid from Toy Story's version.
it's just like, what the? Oh no!
Yeah, brought to you
Barbie Carnival.
this summer. Brought to you from the glorious twisted mind of Tim Burton.
Barbie Carnival in the woods. In the woods,
Yeah, Barbie Carnival, colon, in the woods.
implying a sequel.
I imagine the end of it is like the Barbie commercial where it's pink. It's just a bunch of little girls like having the best time of their
But
fucking
the
lives.
word Barbie like bleeds down.
Same
This
font.
summer, it's a great time to be a girl. Barbie.
Oh my god.
Oh, have Shania Twain.
cheeks hurt.
Let's go, girls.
It's just detuned.
They do the creepy version of the famous pop song.
I feel like a woman.
Yeah, it's a super weird like Billie Eilish, but it's produced by Atticus Finch and Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
And then it like cuts right after the all the taglines, everything like that, right? You know, that like epilogue clip that they usually do in a trailer, and it's shaving Ken, and he's strapped to a chair, and he's like, what are you doing? And then she flips out a switchblade. You are shaving Ken, and then you're
I want to play a game.
Okay.
So we're giving more good ideas.
Henry Cavill would play shaving Ken.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I can picture him in that striped, like, cut-off hoodie
Yep.
that shaving Ken wears and the jorts.
Absolutely.
I'm on board.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
Henry, can you please commit to this?
Call us.
is it too like typecasting to want Zac Efron?
I think
He's
he would
got to
have
be
to be
one
the
of
blonde
the
Ken.
Kens. Yeah, they
He
can
has
have
to be blonde
multiple.
Ken.
Yeah. He should have
we're gonna
been
make
blonde
Zac
Ken
Efron
and not
blonde
Ryan
Ken?
Gosling for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why
Jennifer
they
Coolidge
went.
is the original Barbie.
She's the Barbie mancer that has been summoning the demons into the Barbies.
Can we please play a Barbie campaign?
But summon the evil dead. Jesus Christ.
She's in The Watcher, and she's fucking hilarious.
She's always
Yeah,
She is.
dude. She's
Have you
in the,
seen Legally Blonde?
She's in the second season of White Lotus.
I saw that.
Has that started yet?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm excited.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good.
I was
wanna
like,
play a
I
Barbie
was super glad
campaign.
they brought her back.
And I want there to just be like loose rules from the Barbie universe that are like commonly accepted by, kids.
I'm on board.
And
The
then,
BCU.
D&D rules also. But it takes place in Barbie times. Which for me is the 90s.
Yeah,
Barbie
yeah,
times.
of course.
Okay.
Um.
No.
Oh yeah. No.
What is it? I already forgot.
Margaret Martindale and Ann Dowd.
Wink Martindale.
Margot Martindale, god damn it.
Is she related to Wink Martindale?
I hope so.
What the fuck is a Wink Martindale?
Yeah. How do you know all these people?
It wasn't Supermarket Sweep. It was the other one. The one where they were in the shopping mall.
What?
Yeah.
It was a game show.
He was
Warlock.
he was a daytime game show host.
Yep.
Wink Martindale.
How do you remember
Supermarket
these
Sweep should be a
names?
horror
Because his
movie.
name is Wink Martindale. How do you not remember that name?
Because there's so many fucking names.
How many Wink Martindales do you know?
Well, at
Or a
least
D&D
5.
campaign.
No, I mean, I don't remember
Or a D&D
names.
campaign.
Unless I have to. Like, if, like, my life and their lives depend on it, then I don't remember. Like, I just can't. Like,
Just pretend your life always depends on it.
God, I'm already so anxious. People meet me and I'm just sweating. What's your name? what is your fucking name?
If my life depended on irrelevant trivia, I would be so safe.
Oh, God, I would be insta-dead.
It's just like Saw, and there's like a razor blade, like not a razor
Unless
blade,
the
but a spinning rotary blade coming up to me, and
It's the murder trivia party or whatever.
Trivia murder party.
Yeah. The
that one.
only way I would do well in that circumstance is if they're like, sing all the words to Baby Beluga. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I got this.
You said I caught this, so are you sure
I
you would
got
get
this.
it?
I was
And they're like,
very
sorry, that's not
emphatic."
English.
That's not English. You're like the super confident person on Wheel of Fortune, and you go to solve the puzzle, and you say the instead of a or something like that, and it's just like, oh no!
Interview with the vampire. Let's do this. Come on.
That's the correct answer.
Oh, yeah, it is. See, I'd die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thinking it was the other.
I wouldn't
Every
even
time
get
somebody
that
says
close.
interview with a vampire, I die a little inside.
Wheel of misfortune. You die if you lose.
Ooh. With
What
your
if-
host, Barbie Carnival.
Wink Carbondale.
You know what would be better
Wink Carbondale.
in a Saw circumstance?
Martindale is just the skeleton from the Craig Ferguson show.
He's definitely a skeleton now.
Yeah, that dude was dust back then.
The
I
crypt
think.
keeper.
Now I gotta check.
He's just old as shit, but still like
Still kicking.
looks like a Ritz cracker.